Hey everybody, it's your host Steve E. Asher, and this is House of Asher. I am going with a all audio episode. I was speaking to a friend of mine, and he does a lot of downloading of podcasts and whatnot. Listen to him on the road, back and forth to work, and all that. And he was saying, hey, do you ever do audio or other than just video? And I'm like, well, try was trying to do a video cast. And he says, well, only thing is, he notices obviously video uses more um, data than audio. There's more units of it used up. Anyway, so I said, yeah, I'll see what I can do. And now that I've got the new studio, and I will be posting some pictures of the new studio. But right now, I'm going to do like a real quick little audio thing. So, again, this is House of Asher, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. And this is sort of a work in progress. Once I get everything done, I'll hopefully maybe be able to do some video segments, but I'm going to try to keep it to audio because, if people are great, and kind enough to listen to my rantings, I need to, help them guys out the best I can as well. Um, so anyway, I've been in the process of doing this thing for a minute, and finally got everything in and set up a little studio slash whatever man cave nerd hut, whatever you want to call it, close to my home, and it's turning out pretty well. Right now, there are some people moving around in the city and they're doing some weed eating. I heard a police siren. I'm not sure if you're picking it up. I'm doing my best to minimize any outside noise, but when you live in the city, it's just one of those things that you roll with. And but yeah, one of the things I was going to kind of touch base with you guys on, I was checking out some old maps, and it had to do with the old Caldwell County area, and there were a lot of like little old towns that either dried up or our townships where a handful of people, maybe still live, and three or four or five families or whatnot, and that's kind of indicative of a lot of small little rural areas. And I know my own family, the Asher line, have bounced around the county somewhat and spread out, throughout the U.S. at this point. But this is sort of where the wellspring of our bloodline comes from here in Caldwell County, and I want to talk to people. I want to talk to people who have small town experiences, especially like old ghost towns and things like that. I had mentioned before on a show, actually, I had a show about Elsewhere, Kentucky. But I know there's a lot of other little creepy, coal towns and whatnot. I believe it was Centralia that they based the Silent Hill franchise on, and so I'm always wanting to touch base with people, and I'm always wanting to learn about all these little gems, that's hidden away in local history. I'm a big history nut, and that sort of ties in with urban legends and all this and stuff. And then once they started making these urban legends and things like that into film, man, I was in heaven, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to try to keep this relatively short, but what I'll do is as quick as can think of what I'm saying, the quick as I can think of what I'm wanting to do on this next episode. And I've got several ideas, but I want to come back with a pretty strong one. Um, there's been a lot of different stuff happening in the family, as most people, everybody has things going on. One of the things I've kind of I took a little break because obviously I've been doing a lot of book signings and whatnot. Um, a guy, a mentor in a way, although I never met the man, had passed recently, and I do not plan on doing a tribute show, and the reason for that is this: um, everyone in the world's doing it. I will say this about Mr. Art Bell. He was a huge influence on me. He was a huge influence on anybody in the genre of talk radio and the paranormal talk radio. But it's been really hard. A lot of people really going at each other and or camping or not camping, cashing in on on Mr. Bell's death, and I I'm not saying that that's everybody, but I mean, there's that thing, um, people want to latch on to certain things, and some of these people know them. I'm not saying that, but you can kind of tell the people that are sincere, and you can kind of tell the people who are dialing it in or feel well it's necessary or whatever. Um, it's hard for me to, which I'm talking about it right now, but it's hard for me to really verbalize what what I'm feeling. You know, uh, I've listened to Art Bell, you know, uh, Coast to Coast and Midnight in the Desert, and then before that he had Dreamland, which he would kind of bounce back and forth with Whitley Strieber on that, and when he went and started trying to do the serious thing, I tried to listen to that and whatnot, and it was a real shock and a real shame. And the man had a heck of a career and heck of a life, and made some beautiful babies. And I wish wherever he's at that all the best, and maybe he'll get back in touch with us one of these days. But that being said, I wish him and his family rather well, and and just keep on keeping on, keep strong, and his legend will never die. But that being said, I'm hoping this mic sounds good. I've got some new equipment, and I'm trying to make it where it doesn't sound like I'm talking out through a tin can and string setup. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. My plans are this weekend doing a full legitimate episode of House of Azure, and until then, I want everybody to be safe. God bless you. Allah bless you. Flying Spaghetti Man bless you. And I will be back soon. Take care.